guys, welcome back to Byte Review. Today we're going to take a look at the BenQ EX3203R, a curved monitor which has actually been a really nice change to my current setup. So without further ado, let's take a closer look. The build of the EX3203R is really nice. Slim bezels surround the curved screen, the stand is thoughtfully put together with good height adjustment and tilting capability, and the grey, black and chrome finish give it an updated modern feel. Despite being advertised as a gaming monitor, they've avoided that awful over-the-top gamer look, which is always a plus in my eyes. Coming from another BenQ monitor, I'm really happy with this design. The EX3203R has a much neater look compared to my EW3270U. My only gripe is it's not wall mountable straight out of the box without an adapter. A shame, but not a deal breaker. The bigger story here though is the screen itself. This is a 32-inch 2K curved VA panel running at an impressive 144Hz, and it looks pretty fantastic. Being a VA panel, it's got great contrast ratio, letting colours pop off the screen nicely while keeping the blacks inky deep. Interestingly, the last time I looked at a VA panel of this size, I mentioned that towards the edges the screen colours tend to fade out a little unless you're sitting in that sweet spot. However, the curve of the screen actually negates this, keeping colours balanced across the entire panel, which was a pleasant surprise. 2K obviously isn't the highest resolution though, and spread over 32 inches, it means that you're going to see those pixels. It's nothing you can't get used to, but at this size you'd need to push to 4K if you really want that retina effect. Colour wise, we're looking at 90% of the DCP-I colour gamut, which is pretty good. Obviously, if you're looking for perfect colour reproduction, then this might not be high enough for you, but for my photo retouching and colour grading and video, it's been completely fine. In terms of I/O, BenQ has it covered well. There's two HDMI ports, a display port, USB-A and also a USB-C. However, it is worth noting that the USB-C doesn't support power delivery. It's the 144Hz refresh rate though that makes all the difference. Not only does it make navigating through your PC feel super smooth, its fast and fluid effect in gameplay is undeniable. It's difficult for me to show it on camera, but imagine switching from 30fps gaming to 60fps or higher. It has that wonderful flow to it that has to be seen to be experienced. Combine that with the curvature of the screen and you get an utterly immersive experience when gaming. For even better visuals, there's support for AMD FreeSync 2. Unfortunately for me, I'm using an Nvidia card at the moment, which can't take advantage of that, but it's a great feature for AMD users. Response time is good at 4 milliseconds as well, and while that might not be quite rapid enough for some snap reactions for professional play, it's more than serviceable for everyone else. 2K is a great sweet spot for gaming in general. If you've got a high-end card, pushing 1440 by 2560 is a lighter load than 4K, meaning better frame rates while keeping your graphics pretty sharp and detailed across the board. It's safe for me to say that if you're looking at getting a monitor dedicated for gaming, then the 144Hz refresh rate is something that you should really consider. There's also support for HDR10 content too, which helps movies and games look even better. However, the screen doesn't quite get bright enough to really push this, meaning the HDR effect isn't quite as pronounced as it could be. Don't get me wrong though, it's a nice addition to have, and in games and movies it can pull more detail and contrast out of the images, but don't bank on it blowing your mind with an amazing HDR experience. As usual, BenQ are looking out for those eyeballs as well. The panel itself is flicker free, there's settings for low blue light at darker times, and there's the signature and well implemented Brightness Intelligence Plus technology. This is managed with a small sensor on the front of the screen which detects your current surroundings and adjusts brightness and colour temperature accordingly, reducing eye strain on those longer sessions. If you're the sort of person to sit in front of a screen for a really long time, this can be a really nice feature. Besides the odd bit of gaming, my main use for my PC is content creation, so I was a little skeptical at first about using a curved monitor, but I've actually warmed to it quite nicely. 32 inches is still a great size for editing video, a longer timeline to work on always makes me more productive, and the screen is still accurate enough for me to edit photos and get colour grades looking how I want them. While I really like the implementation of BenQ's Brightness Intelligence Plus through this little thing here, it's not something that I actually personally make a great use of, As someone that edits a lot of stuff, I need to make sure the screen stays the same at the whole time. So for me, I'll generally leave it off, but I still think it's a nice feature to have. To wrap this review up, I'd say to get a curved monitor at 2K under £500 is hard enough, but to find one with that magic 144Hz refresh rate is even harder. So I really commend BenQ and the EX3203R. It's a really complete package, a great screen, a lovely build, and the addition of HDR is something you really can't complain about. It's really great stuff, and if you're interested in picking one up for yourself, then do check out the links below. Anyway, that rounds us off for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, pop a like. If you loved it, pop a sub, and I will see you all in the next one.